Hello, children of God. Do you like to play games? Maybe it depends what kind of game, but how about a good board game? Maybe one like this. Have you heard of Monopoly? It says here it's the world's most popular board game. I don't know about that, but maybe we can play a quick round here. Right, this game doesn't take that long, I don't think. Now, it's been a little while since I've played, but I'm sure I can figure it out. Like, let's see. We have all these cards here. Oh, these cute little house things. Okay, so I guess maybe I set up this board, and then, oh wow, look at all these spots and stuff. Okay, so maybe I put these cards somewhere. All right, so we've got dice. So I mean, I could roll the dice. I'll pick my little piece here. I'm gonna be the shoe because that's kind of like running. And then I'll just oh cool. I got 2 5s, so that's 10, and that's doubles, so that must mean something special, right? I'm gonna say it means something special, and I'm just gonna start over here, put my little marker there, and I think I'm just gonna put some of these little houses down because they're cute. And then I've got money, so I might as well take some money. And you know what? Then I'm gonna actually say, you're gonna skip your turn. Yeah, I'm gonna just decide that you lose a turn, and I'm gonna go ahead because why not? Let's see how much more money I got. Okay, I've got 6 more, so I can move my little piece again, and let's see. Oh, I landed on one of these cards. Let's see. This one says go to jail. I don't like that one, so I'm gonna find another one that I do like. Oh, collect $150. That's better. I think I'm gonna take that one. You don't think this is the way the game is played, do you? Am I kind of making it up? Well, yeah. Maybe, just maybe, I should read the rule book. Do you think that would probably give me some clues as to how I'm supposed to be playing this? Wow, there's a lot of rules. Goodness gracious. We're going to be here all day. And it just keeps going. Buying property, paying rent, go, the bank, banker, income tax, jail. How about Hungry Hippos? Now, why do we need rules for games? That's right, rules tell us how to play. I mean, we have to know what to do, or else I could just make up anything and tell you it's right, or you could make up your rules, and maybe if we disagree, then we're just all going to be in trouble, and it's going to be chaos, and someone will probably wind up getting upset. So the rules are there to guide us, to explain how to correctly play the game. They're not meant to make it less fun, but in fact to make it more fun, to guide how we do the whole thing so we know which way to play. That's why we have rules. And the rules will also tell us when we're out of bounds, when the game is won, all sorts of important things. Now we have rules in other places too. Sometimes it might feel like there's rules everywhere you go. There's probably rules in your classroom at school, rules at home, rules at Sunday school, rules for sports. And rules exist for a lot of very good reasons. Rules tell us how to do things, and they also kind of guide us and tell us when we're off, or maybe when we're going to get in trouble. They keep us safe. Now, we also have some rules that God has given us. The Bible tells us the way that He wants us to live. Some of these rules we call the commandments, the 10 commandments to be exact. Although in the Bible, they didn't actually have numbers that said this is number 1, this is number 2, this is number 3. God simply gave these laws to Moses and said, this is how I want you to live. And God gave us those rules not to make things less interesting, not to make life harder or more painful. He gave us those rules to guide and instruct us. 10 Commandments tell us to love God, to put him first and foremost, and not put anything in front of him. They also tell us not to make idols. Don't bow to something that's not God. They tell us not to misuse his name. Don't take God's name in vain. To remember the Sabbath. That means we worship, we go to church, we take a break. We are to honor our mom and dad. That's very important. And in fact, that commandment comes with a promise that things will go good for us if we do that. We're also told not to murder, which is important because we don't want to kill anyone. Not to have adultery, which means honor your husband or your wife. Don't steal, don't take things that aren't yours. Don't lie, tell the truth. And don't covet, meaning don't want things that don't belong to you. Don't want what someone else has so much so that you get angry. So those are the commandments that God gives us. Again, they don't necessarily have to be in any order or numbering, but those are his rules for us. And the reasons for them are to guide and direct us, to tell us this is how you should live. And if you follow these rules, things will go better for you. If we didn't have rules, there would be chaos. It would just be everyone doing whatever they think that they should do. And that never makes for a good situation. Believe me, in a board game or in life. God also gives us those rules to keep us in bounds, to know where we shouldn't stray away and to keep us safe. But we also have these rules, these laws, these commandments to remind us that we don't measure up. Because no matter how hard we try, we are going to mess up those commandments. We're going to break them. We're going to sin because we're sinful people. We can try, we can do our best. God will always forgive us when we do mess up, but we're going to mess up. And the commandments kind of remind us that we always mess up. But the good news is that someone has come who did not mess up. Someone lived on earth and kept those commandments perfectly and never sinned. And then was killed for our sake, died, and rose again. You've probably figured out who that is. Jesus. And Jesus didn't come to throw out the commandments. He came to live them and fulfill them and do what they said. And then to take our place so that we, when we die, can be with him. So that God's punishment doesn't fall on us, but he forgives us, gives us grace and mercy. The commandments remind us of how great that grace is, that we mess up and we don't do it right on our own. But we have Jesus, who has done the heavy lifting for us. So even when we do mess up, because we will, we know that we will be forgiven again. So remember those commandments. Try to follow them. Ask God to help you. But also know when you mess up, he is faithful and loving and gives us grace. Why don't we say a prayer and thank God for that? Dear God, thank you for giving us your laws. Thank you also for giving us grace and mercy. Thank you for loving us and forgiving us when we mess up. Help us to follow you and do our best to obey you. Thank you for your love. Thank you for Jesus. In his name, amen. Well, one more important way to communicate not only rules, but the commandments. Enjoy. Use it with your students in your ministry, wherever and with whomever that might be. Now go make some disciples. Have a wonderful week. See you next time.